Game Face Ohio's High School Hoops is brought to you by TSC, Greavy Sales and Service, Premier Event Concepts, Owen Kitchen and Bath, Tailgaters, Stolly Insurance, Amy Holgreve Photography, Jowart and Burton Attorneys at Law, Walmart of Wapakoneta, Stroh Johnson, and the Lima Elks.
The Celina Bulldogs have made the short trip down Route 33 to take on WBL rivals St. Mary's, and we have it for you next on Game Face Ohio.
Tailgaters Drive-Thru, located just south of Lincoln Avenue on Defiance Street, has the best pizza in Wapakoneta. Tailgaters Drive-Thru is hot food, cold drinks. Tailgaters Drive-Thru on Defiance Street. We've got what you're looking for.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome into the Tailgaters pregame show from St. Mary's High School, as we have a WBL matchup for you this evening as the St. Mary's Rough Riders play host to the Celina Bulldogs. I'm Dan Hearn along with James Smith as we take a look at a couple of teams, James, that are in the bottom half of the WBL standings. And we start with the visitors, Celina. Celina comes in 4-7 on the season, 0-3 inside the WBL, and they're coming off a 53-52 loss versus Wapak. St. Mary's on the other side, 5-7, 1-2 inside the WBL, and they are coming off a 72-61 win over Perry, an outing where they jumped in 11 three-point buckets. So two teams that are in the bottom half of the standings, but looking to improve, and one may take advantage of the other tonight.
Absolutely, and we're roughly halfway, a little over halfway through the regular season, as we're now nearing the end part of January, and certainly both teams at this point have a feel for how the season's going, their personnel. Both teams come in fairly healthy, no major injuries either way, and certainly they're looking to build as they round in the end of January, heading into the second half of the season.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for Chris Binn's Celina Bulldogs.
Across the front line, Braylon Bader, Scott Mader, Matt Busher, who will keep a key eye on tonight, Derek Waterman, and Ryan Hoying rounding out the starting five for Celina.
And the home team, under the direction of Dan Hegemeyer, looks like this.
Garrett Fletterjohn, J.D. Meyer, who will key on tonight as well, along with D.J. Manning, Dustin Fisher, and Stephen Elshaw.
Okay, and now at James, as we do always during the pregame show, we take a look at the Greavy Sales and Service keys to the game. What are the keys for the Celina Bulldogs in this ball game?
So first, for Celina, they talking with Coach Ben beforehand, they want to kind of keep the game more up tempo. They want to play that full court game. They're going to run a variety of presses, both a zone press and a man-to-man press. They want to defend well. They want to get hands up on the outside shooting of St. Mary's. As you mentioned earlier, St. Mary's able to shoot the ball well from outside, and they want to take care of the rebounding both at the offensive and defensive end.
Chris Ben mentioned that his team has had an issue with falling behind early in ball games, so obviously that's something he's going to want to avoid. They did that in the Wapak game. They were down by 20 points and rallied through the second half to get to a one-point loss. Not what they wanted in the end, but a strong rally nonetheless. And the keys to the game for St. Mary's in this one.
Well, for St. Mary's under Dan Hegemeyer, as mentioned with Celina's key, St. Mary's wants to handle that pressure from Celina, As we mentioned, a variety of presses, probably fall back in a little bit of a zone defense, will Celina. So Coach Hagemeyer wants to be able to handle that pressure consistently, not have those silly turnovers that lead to fast break and transition the other way. They also want to rebound the ball well, and along with that, shoot the ball, continue that shooting from the outside.
Those are the Greavy Sales and Service keys to the game. Stay tuned. We have the action coming up for you next. A WBL matchup live for you on Game Face Ohio.
What you looking at, Michael?
Oh, relax, Sherry. It's nothing that you'd be interested in.
I wonder what he's been doing on the internet for so long. He's got to be up to no good.
Okay. Here you go, Sherry. Happy birthday, dear. Call TSC for Bright Lightning high-speed internet today and surprise your wife. That is, if you can.
At Greavy Sales and Service of Wapakoneta, Ohio, we value a customer who is determined to get what they want. Some might call you stubborn, obstinate, or even mule-headed. That's why we at Greavy Sales and Service are considered West Central Ohio's no-grief car dealer. We offer a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. See sales for details. With over 150 pre-owned vehicles in stock to choose from, with certified technicians to help you with all of your repair and maintenance needs. Greavy Sales and Service of Wapakoneta, Ohio, your no-grief car dealer.
In a hurry in downtown Lima? Stop into the Elks Lodge on the corner of 81 and Northwest Street. The Elks Lodge has been serving some of the best food in Lima for decades, and we have now opened our doors to the public from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Come enjoy a fresh hand-breaded pork tenderloin for $3.95, a delicious Club 54 sandwich for only $5.25, or stop in on Thursday where we feature our slow-cooked prime rib dinner with a baked potato and salad for only $7.95. Lima Elks Lodge 54. Good food, good friends, good old 54.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
For over 100 years, the Stolly Insurance Team has been looking out for you.
We have access to major insurance companies all over the country. But together, we can customize an insurance program that will offer you the best coverage for the best premiums.
Let us look out for you. Give us a call for a personalized proposal today.
Proudly featuring Motorist Insurance, Stolly Insurance in Lima, Walpock, Celina, and Lakeview. Representing Motorist Insurance Group and other fine insurance companies. Stolly Insurance.
Additional sponsors for tonight's broadcast include Jowett & Burton, estate, business, and litigation attorneys helping clients solve their legal and financial matters. Jowett & Burton, attorneys at law. Walmart of Wapakoneta, located at 1257 Bellefontaine Street. Save money, live better at Walmart. Stroh Johnson, certified public accountants. Trust, integrity, service. Stroh Johnson & Company.
Welcome back into St. Mary's High School Gymnasium, where tonight the Rough Riders play host to the Celina Bulldogs. I'm Dan Hearn along with James Smith. James, we talked about it a little bit in the pregame show that both of these teams are in the bottom half of the standings in the WBL. St. Mary's is coming off an outstanding game offensively, a season high in scoring with 72 points. They really got things going on the outside of the court, but that isn't the main dimension of their offense. They work on both sides.
Yeah, and we're going to see a lot of variation in the defense from Celina, and what they want to do is they want to create that up-tempo, scoring off their made buckets. They want to get into a press situation, whether it be a full court, three-quarter quarter, half-court press, and then they want to take that into transition. Good defense leading to easy offense.
There are a couple of guys on this St. Mary's roster that average double digits, and J.D. Meyer is one of them. Jarrett Fletterjohn is the other. Talk about the aspects of their games that key this offense for St. Mary's.
Well, first with J.D. Meyer coming in averaging a little over 14 points a game and over 6 rebounds a game. He's going to be the inside presence, Dan. He's very, very athletic, and he's a tough matchup. He will square up from outside 15 feet, and he'll be able to put the ball on the floor and get to the rim. As far as Garrett Fletter, John, he's kind of the floor leader out there, also averaging over 14 points a game. He leads the team with 49 assists coming into the night, so he's going to be that floor general that gets everybody in the right positions to be successful at the offensive end.
Now for Celina, they have 3 guys coming in that average in double digits. Scott Mader, Clayton Hoying, and Matt Busher. Those guys key this offense, obviously. But Busher is kind of their go-to guy.
Matt Busher coming in, averaging almost 15 points a game. He is shooting about 50%, a little over 50% from the floor. He'll be one to keep an eye on. The Hoying boy averaging 15, and Scott Mader averaging 11. They very aggressive at the offensive end, and look for them to get a lot of offensive rebounds and easy putbacks at the offensive end.
All right, the 2 teams are on the court and are ready for the start of tonight's ball game. These 2 teams are, as we mentioned, not in the top half of the WBL, but this should be a pretty entertaining game. Busher and Meyer into center circle as the officials do the usual instruction before the start of the ball game, and the ball is in the air. It'll come down to St. Mary's. Fletter John has it, takes it to the right side, nearly lost control, gets it back to his teammates, and Meyer will take the jumper from the right side. Not exactly how they draw it up. And a whistle and an early foul.
That foul is going to be on DJ Manning. It's going to be his team first. Celina started out in the aggressive man-to-man defense. Looks like St. Mary's will be in the same at the defensive end as well.
We'll get a chance to see Celina's offense here. In the lane, the shot blocked as Meyer imposes his will inside the paint.
You'll see a lot of flex and variation of flex from the St. Mary's at the offensive end, as that's been a long time staple of Coach Hagemeyer wherever he's been.
Meyer with it in the corner as St. Mary's continues to work it around the perimeter. To the opposite side, 3 ball on the way, no good off the side of the iron, and the rebound comes down to Celina. That was DJ Manning from the corner, and now a turnover as a quick steal by Fisher.
Reach-in foul is going to be on Scott Mader. We'll see whether they call this on the floor or in the act of shooting.
They're going to send him to the line. Mader picks up his first foul. And the first shot is up and good. So the first points of the night come from the charity stripe.
Dustin Fisher averaging 56% from the line on the season, able to convert on the first. Here's the second.
And he's close to his average.
Yeah.
So 1 point St. Mary's lead. Celina with it. Nice dish across the lane, a whistle and a foul. So early on, the fouls have been an issue. That's the 3rd foul, and we're less than 2 minutes into this game.
That's going to be DJ Manning's 2nd foul. So right off the bat, minute and 17 into the game, Coach Hagemeyer looks like he's going to have to go to the bench.
First foul shot is up and good. Matt Busher gets his first points of the night. And the first substitution of the game is coming in is Austin James. He's a 6'2" junior forward. And Manning may see extensive time on the bench with those 2 fouls. Second foul shot no good, and we're deadlocked at 1.
Celina still in their kind of a zone type of 3/4 court press off that free throw. Gets the turnover.
Mader into the lane. His shot no good. Meyer there with the board.
And you can, Dan, right off the bat, you can see the athleticism and the strength of J.D. Meyer inside as he's able to go above everybody else for those defensive rebounds.
Flutterjohn down the left side. He lays it off the glass. And the first field goal of the night. Celina around the perimeter. They will have their work cut out for them going inside. Here's a turnover. St. Mary's comes up with a steal. Flutterjohn down the left side of the lane. His floater is no good. Rebound comes down to St. Mary's, and it's back up and in.
Stephen Elshoff, right man, right spot with the follow there. Able to get the finish, and there you can see the up-tempo as Busher able to convert at the offensive end, that up-tempo style that Celina wants. Able to get that transition bucket.
Yeah, they got behind St. Mary's defense quickly. To the opposite end, a three ball on the way, in and out. And for St. Mary's, that was Austin James coming off the bench. That shot blocked away by Meyer. There again showing that athletic ability.
But if you're Coach Ben in that situation, you still like the up-tempo style and the aggressiveness of that transition.
Meyer showing the versatility, tries the three ball.
Scott Mader with another rebound. Ball's tipped away.
Another turnover. Austin James from outside the arc. This one no good. Meyer with the board, has it slapped away. So Austin James has come into the ball game and taken a couple of threes. Clearly he's an outside threat. Loose ball again. And a jump ball going to be called here. Elshoff on the floor along with Busher.
As Kyle Berry and Braden Bilger going to check in for Celina.
Berry, a 6'1", 170-pound junior. And another turnover for Celina.
Quick hands there by Stephen Elshoff again. Seems to have a knack for finding the ball.
Closing in on 4 minutes to play first quarter, and a nice lay-in by Dustin Fisher. Fisher now with 3 on the night. Celina with the ball in the lane. Meyer, and a whistle and a foul. That foul is going to go.
That foul is going to be on
Meyer.
Drive. So that's going to be on Garrett Flutterjohn. That's going to be his first. Going to be team foul number 3 against St. Mary's. Going to send Braylon Bader to the line for Celina.
And he knocks down the first one.
Bader, a 57% free throw shooter on the season thus far.
For Celina so far, they have done a good job of staying close as he makes the second foul shot, and the deficit is just 2 points. That was one of the things they wanted to make sure they didn't fall behind early. By the end of the first quarter last week against Wapak, they were in a hole. Meyer, left side of the lane, and he's going to be fouled. Eric Fickert, the guilty party there for Celina. Our broadcast will air tonight on TSC at 10:30, and it'll be available on GameFaceOhio.com tomorrow morning. Look for us on WOSN at 5 p.m. tomorrow, and then on TSC again on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Tuesday night at 7 p.m. and Wednesday in the afternoon at 1.
J.D. Meyer able to convert on the first one. He's a 63% free throw shooter on the season.
Critical for the big guys to be able to shoot the foul shots. And he hits them both. Up court quickly, Celina. Down the left side of the lane and off the glass for 2 is Waterman.
So his first 2 points of the contest, 9-7 now, favor of St. Mary's.
And Celina turn it up the D here. Flutterjohn will take the 3. It's no good. Rebound, Celina. Back down court. Flutterjohn with the takeaway. St. Mary's will try another three. It's no good. And Celina again with the board. Ball handling has not been stellar tonight.
Crisp up to this point.
Yeah. And to illustrate our point, that one goes through the wickets and out of bounds.
Right through the 5-hole.
Ouch. So it will be Celina ball. Couple of substitutions. Seth Fitzgerald into the ball game for St. Mary's. Shot swatted out of there by Meyer.
J.D. Meyer covers a lot of ground with just purely with his athleticism and his quickness. And it helps being 6'6" with that wingspan as well. We have another turnover against St. Mary's.
Yep.
And we talked in the pregame, Dan, about his athleticism. And so far, 2.5 minutes ago in the first quarter, he's done a lot of things at defensive end.
He's agile for a big fella. Into the lane, the shot up and good for Scott Mater. And we are back to even at 9 apiece. And a travel, another turnover for St. Mary's. Neither one of these teams has controlled the ball real consistently. Now Celina in last week's ball game went on a 14-0 run in the third quarter, but they haven't shown any signs of putting together that consistent of an offensive attack. To the baseline, that shot no good. Rebound and a putback no good. Meyer in there to take away the board and a foul.
As you can see there, Dan, the foul there went against Celina, but you can see there J.D. Meyer's presence inside. He didn't get the block on the 2 attempts, but he certainly affected both of the attempts for Celina.
Right.
Coach Chris Ben there isn't happy with the foul, but I think from the perspective, I think it is a correct call.
James in the middle of the court got kind of trapped there, but he was able to get the ball away. Underneath they go to Myers, left side of the lane. He throws it up and in.
Good strong move inside, turnaround jumper for J.D. Meyer. Give him 4.
He seems like he's been more involved than just 4 points. But a lot of that has been on the defensive end. Near steal there. They go underneath and Busher finds a lane. Back to even at 11. Closing in on a minute to play here in the first quarter. Sorry, James.
I was just going to say Matt Busher at 6'4" isn't going to be intimidated by J.D. Meyer's size. He's going to go right after him.
Austin James for the corner. His shot no good, but there with the putback is Seth Fitzgerald. Up court, Busher. Against Meyer, he goes up no good. And Meyer with the board. And now St. Mary's will slow it down a little bit with 43 seconds left in the quarter. Meyer with it, top of the key. Fitzgerald.
This variation of the flex running more at the high post. Looking for a breakdown defensively by Celina, looking for that back door, that flare screen, be able to set something up. We'll see what they do here now with 15 seconds to go.
John has it near the center circle with 13 seconds left in the quarter. To James, they work it underneath. Meyer takes a dribble, his shot. No good as he is fouled underneath. And I believe they're going to give that to Waterman. And for Waterman,
that is going to be his second foul.
It'll send Meyer to the line with 3.9 seconds left.
Looking for points 5 and 6 here for J.D. Meyer.
First shot up and good. Meyer back to the stripe. And the second shot is up and good. 3 seconds left, and the half-court jumper on the way, no good, and time expires in the first quarter. So after 1 quarter of play, St. Mary's with a 15-13 lead. You're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
Book your next getaway at tripsportstravel.com. Find great deals on cruises, flights, hotels, rental cars, everything you need for your dream vacation, right here at tripsportstravel.com. Tripsportstravel.com. Save more money.
Back here for the start of the second quarter in St. Mary's. St. Mary's with a 15-11 lead. James, in this first quarter, not a lot of consistent offensive production from either team. It was almost kind of like they backed into these points that they have.
Well, you know, it's a very, very up-tempo game through the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, both teams look a little winded there the last 90 seconds of the quarter and tried slowing things down a little bit. So we'll see if the tempo slows down and the efficiency picks up at the offensive end for both teams.
Want to remind you to stay tuned after the ball game as we'll select the Lima Elks player of the game. That comes up in the post-game show. Start of the second quarter here. Flutterjohn to the right corner. 3 ball on the way, no good, and the rebound to Celina. Celina has done a pretty good job on the boards through the first quarter.
Mater tries a one-on-one attempt, loose ball.
Celina will get a second chance, but seemed a little unfair that Mater had to go up against Meyer in the middle.
Foul's going to be on J.D. Meyer. That's going to be his first. Going to send Braylon Bader back to the line.
He hits the first one. Bader 5'10", 160. He's a sophomore. And he hits them both. So that trims the Celina deficit to 2. And St. Mary's with another ball control issue. Fitzgerald with it on the right side. Kicks it to the corner, and James. St. Mary's will reset the offense. Meyer underneath, his shot no good. The rebound pulled down for Celina.
Matt Butcher doing a good job boxing out there on J.D. Meyer, able to get the position for that defensive rebound.
Jumper up, no good, and the rebound to St. Mary's. St. Mary's is very deliberate on their end. Fitzgerald. They're working around to Flutterjohn. Thought about the 3 underneath to go to Meyer. Meyer with a dribble. Almost lost the handle, and I think he got bailed out with a foul.
Kind of stuck there in no man's land. Didn't know whether he wanted to shoot, pass. Kind of picked his dribble up there. And as you said, Dan, was kind of bailed out by the reach-in foul against Celina.
So Kyle Berry will be the guilty party. That's his first foul. 3 ball on the way for St. Mary's, and it's not there. Rebound by Meyer. That long ball has not been there for the Rough Riders tonight. Here's an interception down to the opposite end. Busher. And he is going to be fouled.
Good job there in anticipation on that cross-court pass by Busher, able to get the steal. See if he can go to the line and convert.
Dustin Fisher, the guilty party for the Rough Riders. Busher to the stripe. His first foul shot is no good. Let's take another look at that foul as Fisher caught up to Busher near the hoop. He got his money's worth on that one. Busher misses the first foul shot, so far the foul has done no harm. He hits the second one. St. Mary's lead down to 1.
Celina staying in that 1-2-2 zone press and see it pays dividends here.
Can't pay off directly, but they do get a whistle and a foul. Looks like Austin James is going to be guilty of the foul. And that's going to send Bader to the line again.
It looks like they're going to call that on the floor. It's going to be a common foul, Dan. They're going to take it out underneath.
So Celina will inbound. Under their own bucket, they get it. 3-ball attempt on the way. Bader's shot no good, and the rebound will be a jump ball. Fitzgerald has no problem getting on the floor. Excuse me, that's Elshoff. He's got no problem getting on the floor. Possession arrow will favor Celina, so they will inbound again. Inbound pass gets away, and then it is picked off. Flutterjohn down to the opposite end, lays it off the glass. It's no good. So both teams have had nice takeaways, but neither one has been able to convert it into points. St. Mary's wants to slow this thing down again. A whistle and a foul on the far side.
That holding foul going to be against Eric Pickert. That's going to be his second, team 6, as the J.D. Meyer trying to cut to the basket. And Pickert had to grab him to prevent the layup. So both teams now with 6 team fouls. So
Meyer with the turnaround, and he dumps it in. He may get a little bit of an opportunity with Busher on the bench, but Busher back at the scorer's table ready to come back in. Shot there on the baseline, no good, and the rebound by Meyer. Flutterjohn with it between the circles. He takes it over in the far corner, 3-ball away, still not having a lot of success from outside the arc. A whistle and a foul underneath.
that foul was going to be on Stephen Elshoff.
Tried to clear some space underneath there, didn't he?
Yeah, and when both hands get extended, that's a pretty easy call for the officials. So that's going to send Celina to the line for 1-and-1 in the bonus opportunity.
They have a chance to cut the St. Mary's lead back down to 1.
Braden Bilger going to go to the line.
First foul shot is up and good. Or excuse me, no good. And the rebound comes down to St. Mary's. Celina again with the press. So may have a correction on that foul. Looks like Fisher may have picked that one up instead of Elshoff. Shot up, no good. Elshoff there. His shot no good. Gets his own board, goes to the opposite side, tries it again. This time it's good.
Good job there of sticking with it and able to use his body to gain some position inside.
Bader finds an easy trip down the lane and draws a foul, although he can't get the bucket to fall. And Dustin Fisher is going to be tagged with another foul.
As
that's his second.
Dan Hagemeyer over there on the far side didn't really agree with that call, as he and the official Tony Rogers. So he gets his 2 cents in, and Tony Rogers does a good job of listening to it and explaining what he saw as the official. So
Foul shot up and good. Mater now with 3 points on the night. No surprise that Meyer leads all scorers with 8.
Celina doing a good job of staying within that one possession area, Dan, but unable to get over the hump here. So we're halfway through the second quarter.
James will bring it up court, crosses the timeline. Flutter-John with a nice pass to the baseline. And Elshot took an extra step. So St. Mary's with a 3-point lead now as we hit 3.5 minutes to play in the half. Celina doing a good job moving the ball. Mater will try the 3. No good. Rebound ends up in the hands of Meyer.
Two Celina players were going after the ball at the same time. Kind of prevented each other from getting their own rebound.
Austin James' three-pointer is no good, but Elshoff was there with the rebound.
DJ Manning able to convert as he's back in the game after a long hiatus on the bench.
He left early with those 2 fouls.
There's DJ Manning again, Dan, at defensive end.
Manning to the opposite end. He lays it off the glass, and this one will fall. And this is as big a run as either team has had, and it's going to prompt the Celina timeout. 2:45 left here in the first half, and St. Mary's has opened up a 23-16 lead. We'll take a break here. You're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
What you looking at, Michael?
Oh, relax, Sherry. It's nothing that you'd be interested in.
I wonder what he's been doing on the internet for so long. He's got to be up to no good.
Okay. Here you go, Sherry. Happy birthday, dear. Call TSC for Bright Lightning high-speed internet today and surprise your wife. That is, if you can.
Celina, after a bit of a run put together by St. Mary's.
St. Mary's able to extend a quick little 4-0 run here, able to extend it out to 7. But I think if Coach Chris Ben, I think he's just concerned. He wants to keep it where it is and kind of stop that momentum that St. Mary's has created off those 2 quick turnovers and 2 quick buckets.
Not a lot of scoring, James, in his second quarter. At the end of the first quarter, it was 15-11. And now with a little under 3 minutes to play here in this half, only 23-16 in favor of St. Mary's. Celina with the ball. Mater with it, top of the key. He lobs underneath, and a nice move to the rack by Busher, but no points. James hit the deck over there.
Is that going to be Busher's first foul, and it's going to send St. Mary's to the line for 1-and-1. Good play there by Celina. Busher just unable to convert on that post entry pass, and once you compound one mistake, a lot of times at the high school level, you'll see that turn into a foul out of frustration more than anything else.
Right. So that'll send DJ Manning to the stripe. And he misses the shot, so the foul does no damage. And Celina pushes it down court quickly, and Busher will lay it off the glass here and get those points he was looking for.
Good job there out of the transition off the defensive rebound by Celina. Able to convert, and we've seen that a lot, Dan, where they've been able to get the ball down the floor quickly.
And for Busher, that's now 8 points on the night. Manning with it, far corner, takes the jumper. It won't go. And a whistle and a foul underneath. And that's going to go against Elshoff. That's the second time they've caught him underneath
Good job of boxing out there by Ryan Hoying on the inside, able to get that position. You know, a lot of times, Dan, that corner baseline jumper, a lot of times it's going to be short and the rebound's going to be long. And Hoying doing a great job there boxing out, able to get the position, see if we can go to the line and convert.
Hoying on the season, 50%. Well, let's see. He hits his first one. It looks like he's 0 for 3 from the stripe. I'm looking at the wrong one.
He comes in at just under a 60% clip and able to convert with both of them. So
that cuts the St. Mary's lead to 3. And a steal here for Hoying.
Looking for some help.
3 ball on the way. No good. Celina gets the board, though. They go back into the lane. And another, thought about the 3. Takes the jumper. Busher tried to get the rebound and it ends up in the hands of St. Mary's.
Celina had a lot of opportunities there on that trip to be able to cut into the St. Mary's lead. Just unable to convert.
Manning with it on the far side. St. Mary's trying to set something up. 2 distinctly different offensive attacks. James to the lane, he'll dish. And it pass intended for Manning on the far, or excuse me, for Flutterjohn on the far side, and it goes out of bounds. Good job of dodging that one by the official.
You know, that ball hits the official, Dan, that ball's still in play. The official is part of the game action, so nonetheless, turnover against St. Mary's.
3 ball for Bader, and it's good, and now we are tied at 23 apiece, under a minute to play in the half.
As Celina now is on a little mini 7-0 run of themselves after the timeout they took. Able to get this back to all square. We're now under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Flutterjohn with it between the circles to James. They worked it underneath the Meyer. Left side of the lane, he backs it in off the glass. Now 10 seconds to play in a half. Bader brings it down. Looking. Into the left side of the lane. The shot up, no good. The tip, and it will fall in just as time expires, and we will go to the locker room tied at 25. Stay tuned. We have the Game Face Ohio halftime show coming up for you next. You're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
Tailgaters Drive-Thru, located just south of Lincoln Avenue on Defiance Street, has the best pizza in Wapakoneta. Tailgaters Drive-Thru is hot food, cold drinks. Tailgaters Drive-Thru on Defiance Street. We've got what you're looking for.
What you looking at, Michael?
Oh, relax, Sherry. It's nothing that you'd be interested in.
I wonder what he's been doing on the internet for so long. He's got to be up to no good.
Okay. Here you go, Sherry. Happy birthday, dear. Call TSC for Bright Lightning high-speed internet today and surprise your wife. That is, if you can.
At Greavy Sales and Service of Wapakoneta, Ohio, we value a customer who is determined to get what they want. Some might call you stubborn, obstinate, or even mule-headed. That's why we at Greavy Sales and Service are considered West Central Ohio's no-grief car dealer. We offer a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. See sales for details. With over 150 pre-owned vehicles in stock to choose from, with certified technicians to help you with all of your repair and maintenance needs. Greavy Sales and Service of Wapakoneta, Ohio, your no-grief car dealer.
In a hurry in downtown Lima? Stop into the Elks Lodge on the corner of 81 and Northwest Street. The Elks Lodge has been serving some of the best food in Lima for decades, and we have now opened our doors to the public from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Come enjoy a fresh hand-breaded pork tenderloin for $3.95, a delicious Club 54 sandwich for only $5.25, or stop in on Thursday where we feature our slow-cooked prime rib dinner with a baked potato and salad for only $7.95. Lima Elks Lodge 54. Good food, good friends, good old 54.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
For over 100 years, the Stolly Insurance Team has been looking out for you.
We have access to major insurance companies all over the country. And together, we can customize an insurance program that will offer you the best coverage for the best premiums.
Let us look out for you. Give us a call for a personalized proposal today.
Proudly featuring Motorist Insurance, Stolly Insurance in Lima, Walpock, Celina, and Lakeview. Representing Motorist Insurance Group and other fine insurance companies. Stolly Insurance.
Next week on Game Face Ohio. The Ottawa Glandorf Titans take on the Wapakoneta Redskins in boys WBL action. Check your local listing for station availability.
Book your next getaway at tripsportstravel.com. Find great deals on cruises, flights, hotels, rental cars, everything you need for your dream vacation, right here at tripsportstravel.com. tripsportstravel.com. Save more money.
Additional sponsors for tonight's broadcast include Jowett & Burton, estate, business, and litigation attorneys helping clients solve their legal and financial matters. Jowett & Burton, attorneys at law. Walmart of Wapakoneta, located at 1257 Bellefontaine Street. Save money, live better at Walmart. Stroh Johnson, certified public accountants. Trust, integrity, service. Stroh Johnson & Company.
Welcome back into the Horseshoe here in St. Mary's. We're at halftime. We welcome you into the Game Face Ohio halftime show. We are knotted up at 25 apiece. And James, in the first half, the first quarter, it was like nobody wanted to take control of the game. They managed to stumble 15 points for St. Mary's and Celina with 11. In the second quarter, both offenses seemed to start to click a little bit more. They started to figure out what they were doing and manage the ball a little bit better. There was a lot less turnovers in the second quarter, at least.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of that, as we talked at the end of the first quarter, the tempo was pretty furious there in the first quarter, and the tempo there in the second quarter slowed down a lot, cut down on the turnovers. Both teams able to run off a 7-0 run each way. St. Mary's able to extend to a 7-point lead at one point. Celina calls a timeout and able to rattle off a 7-0 run to get right back into things, to be able to square things up here at the half.
Not a real big surprise where the points are coming from for either one of these teams. Let's take a look at the first half statistics.
Well, first for the visiting Celina Bulldogs, they're led offensively by 2 players, Matt Busher with 10 points and Scott Mader with 7. They're doing a good job of, as we talked in the pregame, trying to get that defensive rebound and create easy transition buckets. They're doing a good job of pushing the ball up the floor. And on the flip side for St. Mary's, they're led by J.D. Meyer. He's doing kind of a little bit of everything for St. Mary's up to this point. He's got 10 points already and 9 rebounds.
All right. A game that we thought would be pretty close and well contested, and that's what we've gotten at halftime. 25 apiece for St. Mary's and Celina, and that's going to do it for the Game Face Ohio halftime show. We'll have some highlights of the first half coming up for you, and we'll start the second half after a short break. You're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
Tailgaters Drive-Thru, located just south of Lincoln Avenue on Defiance Street, has the best pizza in Wapakoneta. Tailgaters Drive-Thru is hot food, cold drinks. Tailgaters Drive-Thru on Defiance Street. We've got what you're looking for.
What you looking at, Michael?
Oh, relax, Sherry. It's nothing that you'd be interested in.
I wonder what he's been doing on the internet for so long. He's got to be up to no good.
Okay. Here you go, Sherry. Happy birthday, dear. Call TSC for Bright Lightning high-speed internet today and surprise your wife. That is, if you can.
At Greavy Sales and Service of Wapakoneta, Ohio, we value a customer who is determined to get what they want. Some might call you stubborn, obstinate, or even mule-headed. That's why we at Greavy Sales and Service are considered West Central Ohio's no-grief car dealer. We offer a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. See sales for details. With over 150 pre-owned vehicles in stock to choose from, with certified technicians to help you with all of your repair and maintenance needs. Greavy Sales and Service of Wapakoneta, Ohio, your no-grief car dealer.
In a hurry in downtown Lima? Stop into the Elks Lodge on the corner of 81 and Northwest Street. The Elks Lodge has been serving some of the best food in Lima for decades, and we have now opened our doors to the public from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Come enjoy a fresh hand-breaded pork tenderloin for $3.95, a delicious Club 54 sandwich for only $5.25, or stop in on Thursday where we feature our slow-cooked prime rib dinner with a baked potato and salad for only $7.95. Lima Elks Lodge 54. Good food, good friends, good old 54.
Back here for the start of the second half at the Horseshoe in St. Mary's. Both teams ended the first half with 25 points apiece. I'm Dan Hurd along with James Smith. James, as we go into the start of the second half here, what kind of adjustments should these two teams make?
Well, first of all, for the visiting Celina Bulldogs, one thing they've kind of been able at times to control the tempo, and certainly they want to continue with that. When they get those opportunities at the offensive end, they want to convert inside that little 8-foot area inside the paint. They kind of struggle a little bit there. Flip side, if you're Coach Dan Hagemeyer in St. Mary's, you want to kind of run your offense and keep things going through J.D. Meyer. They've done a good job of that at times, but they need to do a better job of sustaining that with the inside play of Meyer.
Certainly both teams could stand to cut down a little bit on the turnovers as well. All right, St. Mary's will have it to start the second half. Elshoff with it on the far side. Manning sat a lot of the first half with the two early fouls. Meyer with the turnaround jumper, and he canned it from the right side.
Right on cue, Dan, able to get the ball inside of J.D. Meyer, and he's able to be effective with a little turnaround jumper from about 12 feet.
Hoying down the left side. He'll dish it outside. They go back into the lane, and a nice dish across the lane, and two more for Busher.
That gives Busher 12 points up to this point, tonight's contest. Good job of ball movement there by Celina, able to work at block-to-block pass across the lane.
That ball nearly tipped away by Hoying. Flutterjohn with it. Drops it underneath to Meyer. Meyer with the turn in the lane, no good. Gets it back, puts it back up and in.
Gives J.D. Meyer now 14 points, and with that rebound now, J.D. Meyer has a double-double at 14 points and 10 rebounds.
Bader with the three from the outside, and he answers the Meyer bucket with the three, and Celina with the lead, 30-29.
we'll see if that bucket there by Celina kind of triggers them as they kind of fought back the entire second quarter.
Meyer gets ahead of steam in the lane and lays it in. Busher has had his hands full underneath with Meyer, but he answers here at the other end. Whistle and a foul. Foul's going to go on Bader. And for Bader, his first foul of the second half. Two teams wanted to break up all of that consistent scoring with a foul.
As you can see, though, with that possession, Celina able to still get the ball up the floor. There's going to be another foul against Celina.
Bader picks up his second quick. That might get him a trip to the bench. So we'll see Bilger come in to replace him. 3 ball for Manning from the left side. It's no good. Putback is there for St. Mary's. Fisher with the putback.
Doing a good job there of crashing the offensive boards and turnover there against Celina.
Bader's pass a little too much for Busher underneath. Flutterjohn pushes it up. And that pass is tipped and goes out of bounds off of Waterman. So St. Mary's will inbound. And a long lob into Meyer. Meyer into the lane, and he gets 2 more off the glass. There's a whistle and a timeout going to be taken by Celina. 5:37 left third quarter. And St. Mary's with a 35-32 lead. We'll be back right after this.
At Greavy Sales and Service of Wapakoneta, Ohio, we value a customer who is determined to get what they want. Some might call you stubborn, obstinate, or even mule-headed. That's why we at Greavy Sales and Service are considered West Central Ohio's no-grief car dealer. We offer a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. See sales for details. With over 150 pre-owned vehicles in stock to choose from, with certified technicians to help you with all of your repair and maintenance needs. Greavy Sales and Service of Wapakoneta, Ohio, your no-grief car dealer.
Back to live action here in the third quarter. And J.D. Meyer has come to life for the Rough Riders here in this second half.
Yeah, Dan, we talked about at halftime of St. Mary's wanting to continue to run their offense through Meyer inside. As so far the first 2.5 plus of the third quarter, he's 4 or 5 from the field, a quick 8 points.
Celina has done a good job of answering. They trail by just 3. Underneath, Busher, he gets another deuce.
Give
Busher now 16.
Give him 16. So keeping Celina right there.
Meyer has that one go off his hands. Back to Celina. To the opposite end. Off the glass, no good. Busher there with the board and the putback.
Matt Busher doing a great job at the offensive end. Now give him 18.
Manning to the opposite end. He'll take the jumper, and he canned it from the left side. And now a timeout going to be taken by St. Mary's. 4:51 left third quarter, and St. Mary's with a 1-point lead, 37-36. And we're talking about the play of Meyer, and Busher must have heard us talking because he rattled off a few quick points there.
Yeah, he's got 8 quick ones here in the third quarter as well. And just kind of as we talked, kind of which style of play, the up-tempo style of Celina or the slow it down, get it inside and grind it out style of St. Mary's, which one's going to prevail as both big men kind of come to life here, as you said, as third quarter.
Well, we should remind you that Game Face Ohio is on Facebook. You can friend Game Face Ohio by going to facebook.com/GameFace. And we're also on Twitter at Game Face Ohio. So 2 other ways for you to contact and stay in touch with Game Face Ohio. Stay tuned after the ball game, and the post-game show will select the Lima Elks player of the game. And we should remind you as well that next week on Friday we'll be at Walpock as OG comes in for a boys high school basketball matchup.
Dan, that game next Friday night should be a very good matchup as OG comes in. Perennial power in the WBL year in and year out. Walpock certainly last half a dozen games have certainly turned it back on and certainly well improved.
Bader with a nice bucket from underneath. He looked like maybe he got into a situation he wasn't going to be able to get out of, but he was able to find some space and get the bucket. Celina continues to pressure this St. Mary's defense, and a foul going to be called. Looks like they're going to give that to Derek Waterman.
It's going to be Derek Waterman's third foul. It's going to be team foul number 3 thus far in the second half against Celina.
It's almost like we're watching two different teams here in this second half. These offenses are clicking. Manning lobs it underneath. Meyer backing in. He has it taken away. It'll go out of bounds off Celina.
Celina doing a good job there, Dan, bringing help when J.D. Meyer gets the ball inside, bringing help from the backside, and then having that backside guard drop down to that opposite block. Doing a good job from bringing pressure from the backside.
Every time he touches the ball, there's two guys near him. St. Mary's with the ball. And they really slow things down. Flutterjohn to the lane. He throws it up and drains it from the foul line.
Good job of using the screen there by J.D. Meyer. Celina doing a poor job of hedging out on that ball screen. And Flutterjohn able to convert from about 18 feet.
Bilger with it for Celina. Goes into Mader underneath. His nice pass to the baseline and up and good for Fickert.
That's Fickert's first 2 points of the contest, able to give Celina the lead right back.
And the lead has changed hands multiple times here in this second half. Elshoff has his shot blocked out of there. And it looks like he's going to be tagged with a foul before that.
Kind of lowered his shoulder and kind of extended that off arm before the shot attempt, and good call from the near side official. As the official underneath was not able to see that. So good call there by the official, and all three of them really working together as a good tandem tonight. The official's done a good job.
So he picks up his third foul, and that'll get him some time over there on the coach, next to the coach. Fitzgerald back into the ball game. Celina to the opposite end. They're shutting no good.
J.D. Meyer got a piece of that one.
And tried to thread the needle there. Did Fisher, and it's taken away, but Meyer swats that one out of there. Good answer, though, however, for Bilger. And Celina has now built a 3-point lead, 42-39. Manning trying to even things up from the 3 line. It's no good, and it'll go out of bounds to Celina. Shot came up a little bit short. St. Mary's has definitely struggled from outside the arc, James.
1 of 13 thus far in the night's contest, and as we mentioned, their game the other night with Perry, they were able to convert on 11 on 3-point land, so credit Celina's defense. They're able to get another inside bucket.
Fickert with a nice move to get his third and fourth points, and now a foul on the opposite end as Manning is going to draw number 3. He is not happy about the foul, obviously. Timeout going to be taken here with 2:08 left here in the third quarter. 44-39 in favor of Celina. You're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
In a hurry in downtown Lima? Stop into the Elks Lodge on the corner of 81 and Northwest Street. The Elks Lodge has been serving some of the best food in Lima for decades, and we have now opened our doors to the public from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Come enjoy a fresh hand-breaded pork tenderloin for $3.95, a delicious Club 54 sandwich for only $5.25, or stop in on Thursday where we feature our slow-cooked prime rib dinner with a baked potato and salad for only $7.95. Lima Elks Lodge 54. Good food, good friends, good old 54.
Back here in St. Mary's in the third quarter, and both of these offenses have come to life as Celina now leads 44-39. And a good crowd on hand despite the weather. And they have been into this ball game.
Both student sections, Dan, certainly have been involved both ways and cheering on their classmates here has been very, very vocal both ways.
Right. Celina, since the last time out, has outscored St. Mary's 12-4. They have the ball. Hoying with it between the circles. Looking for help. Goes back out top.
Bilger wanted to shoot that open three, but thought better of it. Run the offense and the play that Coach Ben wants out of that timeout break.
Mader now with it on the far side as Celina sets it up. This is uncharacteristic of what they've done tonight.
Showing some good patience here out of the break.
Hoying backing it in. He gets into the lane and throws up the jumper, and it's good.
Able to get the roll, extend the lead now to 7. Celina kind of imposing his will on the inside. There's a turnover.
And a steal.
And an easy layup for
Bilger
as well. Give him 4 quick ones and extend the lead now to 9.
Under a minute to play, third quarter. St. Mary's now needs to get down and score some quick points. Here's a whistle and a foul. And that one's going to go against Bilger.
It's going to be his first team foul, number 4. St. Mary's out of this press here as the third quarter is kind of worn on. Haven't been able to get the ball to the middle of the floor. When they get the ball to the middle of the floor, they're able to beat the Celina press and able to get into their offense at the offensive end. Last couple times with turnovers, unable to find somebody there flashing in the middle of the floor.
And Celina has been able to take Meyer out of the game a little bit here in the later stages of this third quarter. 3 ball up, no good. Manning got a hand on it, but it comes down to Celina with 33 seconds left third quarter. Bader into the paint, his shot up and will rattle home. And everything falling for Celina right now. They lead it by 11. Flutterjohn to the opposite side of the court, and that one intercepted by Bader, but he traveled. Coach Hagemeyer congratulating the official on that call.
Well, that's kind of a tough break. I mean, he's there for the turnover, but, you know, tough spot there in the corner and just unable to keep his balance. If you're a Celina fan, you want to foul. If you're St. Mary's fan, you get to turnover, you know, you get to travel and get the ball back.
Right. Flutterjohn to James. St. Mary's again around the outside, and a foul going to be called away from the ball as Busher and Meyer got tangled up again. They've been physical underneath the hoop tonight for those two.
They've let him play for the most part inside. They've done a good job, and that was clearly a push on Busher.
Underneath they go, Meyer, and time will expire before he can get the shot off. So after 3 quarters of play, Celina takes an 11-point lead. They lead 50-39. And you're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath. Cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Horseshoe in St. Mary's. And Celina has opened up an 11-point lead. James, they went on a run there after that timeout with 5:37 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, Coach Ben called a timeout with just over 5.5 minutes to go there in the third quarter. The score was 35-32 in favor of St. Mary's. Last 5.5 minutes of the third quarter, Celina able to outscore St. Mary's 18-4 to put us at the 50-39 score where we're at after 3.
And St. Mary's took a timeout with 2:08 left in the third quarter, and they failed to score in those remaining 2 minutes of the third quarter.
Celina doing a good job. We talked earlier about being able to convert out of that transition, convert inside that 8-foot area. Celina doing a good job of getting the ball inside and able to convert on those inside buckets.
So Celina will have the ball to start the fourth quarter, and a quick foul, and not what you want to do coming out of the end of quarter break is to immediately commit a foul when you're trailing by 11.
Well, good idea in the terms of being aggressive defensively. Just poor job there by Dustin Fisher moving his feet and trying to beat him to the spot.
Elshoff comes back into the game. He is playing with 3 fouls, and for St. Mary's, that puts 2 guys on the court with 3 fouls.
St. Mary's has got to get back into this game down 11 at the defensive end. They got to get stops and rebounds.
Bader hits the 3 from the top of the key, and that extends the lead. St. Mary's, the way their offense works, they're not a team that can erase a big deficit real quickly. There's going to be a traveling call against Fisher.
And that example right there, that's probably the worst spot in terms of a person to pick up their ball against the press, as they have kind of 4 defenders in a sense, as you have the sideline, the over and back half court line, and then you have both Celina defenders.
Let's take another look at the 3-point bucket by Bader. We got that one from underneath, and that's a good looking shot. Celina with it again, Busher in the corner. Bader now top of the key. He's working against Louth, who just came into the ball game in place of Fisher. Bader from the side, from the baseline rather. His shot no good. It'll go out of bounds, but stay with Celina. Hoying, right side of the lane. He puts it up and in.
Good job there, out of bounds play underneath by Celina. The old pick-the-picker play. And the picker rolls back and able to find an opening, get the ball inside as we have another turnover against St. Mary's, and Coach Hagemeyer will take another timeout.
6:51 left in our ball game. Celina up 55-39. You're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
Tailgaters Drive-Thru, located just south of Lincoln Avenue on Defiance Street, has the best pizza in Wapakoneta. Tailgaters Drive-Thru is hot food, cold drinks. Tailgaters Drive-Thru on Defiance Street. We've got what you're looking for. Game Face Ohio's High School Hoops is brought to you by TSC, Greavy Sales and Service, Premier Event Concepts, and Owen Kitchen and Bath.
You're going to win a ball game. A 23-4 run helps out quite a bit, and that's what Celina has put together here in the last about 7 minutes. They lead 55-39. I'm Dan Hearn along with James Smith. Celina with the ball and a big lead. And that will help St. Mary's as Bader throws that one into the wall.
St. Mary's doing a good job out of that timeout, picking up their defensive intensity. And as mentioned previous, for them to get back in, they're going to have to get stops and some turnovers to be able to get back in this at the offensive end.
Bader's going to have to exit the game. He's walking something off over there. It looks like maybe an ankle. But he, after that errant pass, came up like he was hurting a little bit. Celina is causing all kinds of turbulence in this St. Mary's offense with the press they've been putting on. Here's a whistle and a foul as Meyer takes that pass inside, and I think they're going to hit Busher with another one. That's 4 fouls on Busher.
So we'll have to keep an eye as Busher's going to take a seat. But, you know, Dan, that possession was the first time in a long time St. Mary's able to get the ball back inside of J.D. Meyer.
Right. Well, they've had enough trouble just getting it across the half-court stripe on their recent possessions. James with it on the far side, closing in on 6 minutes to play. Meyer underneath, turnaround jumper, rattles in and out. Rebound collected by St. Mary's. Manning to the opposite side. James fires up the three, in and out. Rebound again for St. Mary's. Back to James. Over to Manning. He's going to try the three. And he canned it. He was looking for the foul to go along with it. St. Mary's struggled from outside the arc. I believe they were 1 of 13 at one point. If they're going to get back into this game, they're going to need a lot of help from outside. Underneath, Celina with a quick answer as Fickert hits one off the glass.
Give him now 6 on the contest.
Flutterjohn with it on the far side. Dribbles to the top of the key, dishes, left side. Meyer will try the three. It's no good. And I believe it was last touch by Fickert. It'll go out of bounds to St. Mary's.
Yeah, that might have been a little bit too far outside of J.D. Meyer's range. He's good from about 15 feet. But, you know, certainly down 15, you can't fault him for the effort.
Well, he's tried to, that's his second three-point attempt in this game. Underneath they go to Meyer. He turns around, and he's going to be fouled again.
That's better idea with J.D. Meyer with the ball. Able to do something on the interior there.
We talked about the big men being able to shoot the foul shots, and if you're down by 15 points, it helps to do a little bit of scoring with the clock off. So Meyer will miss the first one.
You know, his last 2 attempts, both a 3 and that first free throw attempt, have both been well short. As much banging around on the interior as he and Busher have been doing tonight, you wonder how his legs are here with just over 5 minutes to go in the game.
Right, and with the style of offense that Celina runs. His second foul shot is up and good.
Give him now 19 points.
Bader with it between the circles. Bilger will dribble it back out. Closing in on 5 minutes to play, a whistle and a foul. And if that's on Elshoff, which it is, that'll give him 4. So for Elshoff, 4 fouls and 4 points. And Celina will inbound. They go underneath. Fickert gets his defender in the air. Can't get the bucket, but he draws the foul. See who they gave that one to. They go to Derek Louth. That's his first foul.
Eric Fickert coming to the line. I was going to say he's at 83% clip coming into that attempt, but as normal, the announcer usually jinxes him.
Well, he'll get another shot to redeem himself here. And he does. He has been consistent since coming into the ballgame in relief of Busher. And a tipped ball out of bounds on the far side. Good hustle defensively for Derek Waterman.
I'd like St. Mary's to see a ball fake on that skip pass and look to the middle of the floor against the Celina press.
Flutterjohn down the center of the lane. He can't get it to fall. Meyer there with the board, and he tried the jam. It wouldn't go. And Fickert with the board. Meyer has not been able to contribute offensively in a little while. And now he's going to be tagged with a foul. He came out of the second half and rattled off 8 quick points, and since then he's been shut down.
Well, they haven't really been able to get the ball inside to him at the offensive end, and when they have, usually good things have happened, whether it be fouls or him to at least get a quality attempt at the offensive end. Certainly down 15. I understand you got to change a little bit of your offensive game plan, but nonetheless, you can still get the ball inside.
Ryan Hoying checks back into the ball game. He'll relieve Bilger as Bader misses both of the foul shots. Manning with the board for St. Mary's. And again, St. Mary's struggling to get the ball up court. A turnover here. Celina with it. Bader back into the game, gets it to Bader in the corner. And he stepped on the side court there, so a turnover for Celina. Still a 15-point deficit. 4:13 left here in the ball game. Celina with a 15-point edge. You're watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.
Tailgaters Drive-Thru, located just south of Lincoln Avenue on Defiance Street, has the best pizza in Wapakoneta. Tailgaters Drive-Thru is hot food, cold drinks. Tailgaters Drive-Thru on Defiance Street. We've got what you're looking for.
Back here in St. Mary's, the Rough Riders having a rough go of it tonight. They trail by 15 with just about 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Celina's defense has caused them some problems. Moving the ball up court. Here they get the ball inside to Meyer, and he flushes it home. And he's getting calls with the technical.
Well, nonetheless, Dan, the technical is an interpretation, but nonetheless, St. Mary's got the ball to the middle of the floor with DJ Meyer, and the whole lane open right up, and he's able to take the ball, obviously, to the hole. But, you know, it's just, you'd like to see more of that. And I'm sure that's what Coach Hagemeyer talked about during the break.
So they will send Bader to the stripe for Celina. He hits the first one. Let's take another look at that flush. We just caught the tail end of it there, the part where he was hanging on.
There we go.
There we are. Good look at that one. And Bader takes 2 of the 3, so 60-45 in favor of Celina. For St. Mary's, they've first got to get this thing down into single digits, the deficit, and then work from there. But they haven't been able to get anything consistent out of their offense in about 10 minutes.
Well, there's a turnover. Let's see if they can convert on it here at the offensive end. They need stops and quick transition, quick buckets at the other end.
Fletterjohn with it. Elshoff underneath Meyer. In the lane, turnaround, up and in.
His last 2 possessions, J.D. Meyer able to get the ball inside, able to do good things.
Nothing sneaky about that foul as Elshoff. Oh, they called that one a Loft instead of Elshoff, but they both had a hand in there.
Probably a break if you're St. Mary's fan. Is loud now. That's only his 2nd foul.
Right. Elshoff will exit as they bring in Austin James. James more of an outside threat.
Him and DJ Manning both are the outside threats for St. Mary's.
Bader doing the job at the charity stripe as he knocks down another one. He now has 13 on the night.
Comes in at a 77% clip on the season, so
he's now 6 for 6 from the line.
That's certainly going to help one's percentage for the year.
Right. Again, Celina harassing the St. Mary's offense as they come up. Flutterjohn to the right side, Loth. His pass outside, James. A lot about the three, gets it to Meyer. Meyer back outside. St. Mary's clearly looking for the three here. Flutterjohn into the lane, throws it up and in. As I said, they're clearly looking for the deuce there. And a whistle and a foul. Looks like they're going to get Manning for one here. And Manning, that'll make it 4 on him.
DJ Manning's kind of been limited tonight all night by his foul trouble. You know, he has 9 points at this point, but, you know, sat out for a good majority of the first half. Has picked up 2 fouls about a minute and a half into the game.
First shot up and good. Derek Waterman with his 3rd point. Celina as a team has done a very good job at the charity stripe tonight. Waterman gets both of those.
Waterman's 2 for 2 at the charity stripe tonight.
Celina pushes that lead back out to 15. Underneath, Meyer looking, can't get it to go, and a rebound Hoying, and he gets tangled up underneath. The jump ball going to be called, and it looks like it'll go back to St. Mary's. .2:28 left in the game. Stay tuned after the game. During the Game Face Ohio postgame show, we'll select the Lima Elks player of the game. This one lobbed in. Underneath they go Meyer. Meyer in the lane working against Busher, lays it up and in. Still a big deficit for St. Mary's. And Celina pushes it up court.
Celina doing a good job here spreading the floor with their spacing.
Busher had that one slapped away. I got one of the camera guys down there.
Yeah, Justin Orpel better be careful. He's kind of right underneath the basket there, right in the middle of the action. So, nonetheless,
get some hazard pay.
I'm sure that's worked into his. I'm sure that's negotiated into the cameraman's contract.
Busher drops the first foul shot in.
Busher looking for point number 20 on the contest.
And now 4 out of 6 for the line, and he does get to that 20-point mark. Back to the opposite end, St. Mary's looking for the three. And no good. The rebound by Manning. His shot no good. And it'll go out of bounds off of Busher back to St. Mary's. We've talked about it already, but we should mention it again. Our next week's ball game will be in Walpock on Friday night. As Meyer takes the jumper here, it's no good, and the rebound comes down to Celina, but goes out of bounds promptly back to St. Mary's. They will be hosting Ottawa Glandorf. And OG, you mentioned, having another good start.
Right at the top of the WBL, fighting for that spot to stay behind Defiance and Van Wert at the lead of the WBL. And as mentioned, Walpock has been improving the last half a dozen games as they've lost a couple of tough ones there. They had an overtime loss in there, and then a loss. They've had a couple under 5-point decisions that haven't gone in their favor. So should be an exciting contest next Friday night at Walpock.
Celina with the ball and leading by 15 again. And a turnover here. Manning with the interception. He goes to the opposite end. And he is going to be fouled. So Manning will go to the stripe.
It's going to be Scott Mader's second foul. Going to put St. Mary's still in the 1-and-1 bonus, so that was going to be called on the floor. But nonetheless, timeout Celina.
132 left in the game here. And Celina with a 15-point lead. And really, James, since that big run that Celina put on in the third quarter, St. Mary's hasn't been able to get close, and their defense has been stifling.
Well, you know, one thing that's been able to go in St. Mary's favor has been their free throw shooting here in the second half. Coming into tonight's game, they're 68% clip at the free throw line. As we have it right now unofficially, 19 of 24 for Celina, you know, at the free throw line. And certainly I don't have to go to school for math, but that's about an 80% clip up to this point.
St. Mary's will go back to the stripe here. And Manning rattles the first one in. Our games, we've told you, are rebroadcast on TSC at 10:30 the evening of the ball game. And then they're available on GameFaceOhio.com the following morning. And then over on WOSN at 5 o'clock the following day. Then back on TSC the Tuesday after and the Wednesday after, and Tuesday in the evening at 7 and on Wednesdays at 1. So plenty of opportunity for you to take another look. So Celina will go to the line with 1:10 left. And Mader, who had a good second half, will go to the stripe. I believe he's 6 for 6 from the line. And Lauf now with 4 fouls. He came in off the bench to relieve some foul trouble, and he's gotten into foul trouble himself. Celina now 16 for Mader. And he is 8 for 8 for the line. A 3-ball on the way and good for James. But St. Mary's a little too late from outside the arc. And we will take a break here. Now, I guess we'll keep it here. Just a 30-second timeout. So Celina with a 68-56 lead as we wind things down here in the fourth quarter. We talked about the struggles for St. Mary's from outside the arc after they dropped in 11 three-pointers against Walpock. They struggled from outside the arc today.
Yeah, you know, up to this point, they're 3 of 17 from behind the arc tonight, and some of that has been predicated on they've been behind double digits most of the second half here, and certainly, you know, their attempts are going to go up, but nonetheless, you know, the first half they were successful from getting the ball inside to J.D. Meyer.
Busher with it underneath, and he's going to toss it into the Celina bench. Nope. Looks like that one went off of Elshoff and out of bounds. Celina with the ball. 47 seconds left. Mader to Busher on the baseline. He'll go up and drop that one in. And the lead for Celina is now 70-56. So Celina will get their first WBL win of the season against 3 losses. St. Mary's will fall to 1-3 inside the conference. And Celina will improve to 5-7 as Elshoff with a
frustration foul there.
Right. And that'll be his 5th, so he'll be able to watch the final 20 seconds from over there next to Coach Hagemeyer. Looks like everybody on the court's going to get a chance to do that. Mass substitutions now for the Rough Riders. Alex Dammeyer into the ball game. Fitzgerald out there, James out there, as well as Micah Johns. And there's a number 10 out there as well that we don't have on our roster. But Bader will go to the stripe with 20 seconds left. And he hits the first one. After the ball game, we'll select the Lima Elks player of the game during the Game Face Ohio postgame show. And Celina will substitute as well here for the final 20 seconds. Into the game for Celina, Lubke, also Mertz into the game. And we'll see Moeller for the first time. So both coaches getting some time for the bench players here. James with it to the foul line, throws up the jumper, it's no good. The rebound tipped around, ends up in the hands of Fitzgerald. He puts it up and in. And time winding down here. That ball tipped away, but Celina will recover it and take away the win. So the final score here tonight, the Celina Bulldogs 72 and the Rough Riders of St. Mary's 58. We'll be back with the Game Face Ohio postgame show coming up right after this.
Tailgaters Drive-Thru, located just south of Lincoln Avenue on Defiance Street, has the best pizza in Wapakoneta. Tailgaters Drive-Thru is hot food, cold drinks. Tailgaters Drive-Thru on Defiance Street. We've got what you're looking for.
What you looking at, Michael?
Oh, relax, Sherry. It's nothing that you'd be interested in.
I wonder what he's been doing on the internet for so long. He's got to be up to no good.
Okay. Here you go, Sherry. Happy birthday, dear. Call TSC for bright lightning high-speed internet today and surprise your wife. That is, if you can.
At Greavy Sales and Service of Wapakoneta, Ohio, we value a customer who is determined to get what they want. Some might call you stubborn, obstinate, or even mule-headed. That's why we at Greavy Sales and Service are considered West Central Ohio's no-grief car dealer. We offer a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. See sales for details. With over 150 pre-owned vehicles in stock to choose from, with certified technicians to help you with all of your repair and maintenance needs. Greavy Sales and Service of Wapakoneta, Ohio, your no-grief car dealer.
In a hurry in downtown Lima? Stop into the Elks Lodge on the corner of 81 and Northwest Street. The Elks Lodge has been serving some of the best food in Lima for decades, and we have now opened our doors to the public from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Come enjoy a fresh hand-breaded pork tenderloin for $3.95, a delicious Club 54 sandwich for only $5.25, or stop in on Thursday where we feature our slow-cooked prime rib dinner with a baked potato and salad for only $7.95. Lima Elks Lodge 54. Good food, good friends, good old 54.
Tailgaters Drive-Thru, located just south of Lincoln Avenue on Defiance Street, has the best pizza in Wapakoneta. Tailgaters Drive-Thru is hot food, cold drinks. Tailgaters Drive-Thru on Defiance Street. We've got what you're looking for. Tailgaters Drive-Thru, located just south of Lincoln Avenue on Defiance Street, has the best pizza in Wapakoneta. Tailgaters Drive-Thru is hot food, cold drinks. Tailgaters Drive-Thru on Defiance Street. We've got what you're looking for.
What you looking at, Mike?
Welcome back to St. Mary's and the Game Face Ohio postgame show. Tonight here, the Bulldogs took command in the third quarter and finished with a 72-58 win in a WBL contest over the St. Mary's Rough Riders. Celina outscored St. Mary's 47-33 in the second half, James, including a 25-14 third quarter, and that's where they really took command. St. Mary's couldn't overcome that deficit.
You know, we talked previously about just the tempo and the style that Celina wanted to play. They kind of imposed their will with both creating turnovers, and that led to transition buckets. You know, certainly they got a little bit of momentum on their side, but able to convert on the inside and force St. Mary's to do things they didn't want to do at the offensive end.
Celina had a good night at the charity stripe.
So yeah, that's correct. Celina finished 22-27 as a team from the charity stripe, 81% clip. Come in averaging about 68% as a team. So certainly that led to them coming out on top tonight.
That helped them maintain that lead down the stretch in the second half. As always in the post-game show, we select the Lima Elks player of the game, and it's time to do that now, James.
We went ahead and selected Matt Busher, the 6'4" junior for Celina, had 22 points and 6 rebounds tonight, and certainly did a great job on the interior for Celina.
All right, the Lima Elks would like to congratulate tonight's player of the game. Lima Elks is located at the corner of 81 and Northwest Street in Lima. The general public is welcome for lunch from 11 to 2 Monday through Friday for daily lunch specials and some of the best food in Lima. Lima Elks Lodge 54. Good food, good times, good old 54. And that's pretty much going to do it for us here tonight. We did want to talk about next week's ball game a little bit as we will be in Walpock next week as OG comes in for another WBL matchup. And you talked a little bit about this matchup earlier, James, but give us a little bit of a preview for that.
Well, OG comes in, first-year head coach Tyson McLaughlin comes in after replacing Josh Leslie from last year, come in, and they've always been year in and year out at the top of the WBL standings, and for that matter, the top of the area. And they come in trying to fight for that outside shot, trying to get back to the top of the WBL behind Defiance and Van Wert. Walpock, on the other hand, trying to get over that hump from the middle of the pack in the WBL standings. They've been an improved basketball team the last 6 weeks.
All right, James, fantastic job tonight. We want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be there here. They include Tailgaters, TSC, Premier Events Concepts, Owen Kitchen and Bath, Greavy Sales and Service, Stolly Insurance Group, the Lima Elks, Amy Holgrave Photography, Greavy Chrysler, and TripSportsTravel.com. Thanks to our producer Todd Utrip, technical director Adam Dell, our replay tech Paul Briggs, and our graphics tech and statistician Alan Metzger, all of the camera guys as well. Thanks for your hard work tonight. For James Smith, I'm Dan Hearn. You've been watching high school basketball on Game Face Ohio.